want to make a video real quick. While I got this on my mind, there's obviously no script. I'm driving home from locals, but I had a conversation with a guy there, and it's a very casual type of locals, which is great for new players and returning players to kind of get back into the swing of things. But he said something to me while we were talking about his deck, and it was, but it works for me. And I want to explain to people in a way that's not like condescending, if I can, to why that's a bad argument. Now, if I take any card, so if I play Kuriboh, right? Terrible card, no doubt about it, right? There's all the little Kuriboh retrains, and just about every single one of them is better than the original. I mean, sure, the original has some kind of applications if you really want to go there, but let's be real, you're not going to play. It's a bad card. The card can get me games. Like, honestly, any card can win you a game. But just because it wins you a game does not make it good. And this argument has been used for, like, Magic Cylinder, which is, again, a terrible card, but definitely better than Kuriboh. So, and my point was, because he was playing anti-meta, and I was like, okay, so what kind of matchups are you having, though? And he was saying that he had, like, you know, matchups against the meta players that were at the shop, but there was only a grand total of 5 at most. I'm sorry about the glare, by the way. I mean, it's kind of sunny out. California does that. But getting back to topic, sorry about that. I'm going to try not to pause too much. But I just kind of was like, okay, so you played against Guru Control, Salamangreat, and then that was basically it. That's actually worth noting. I mean, Thunder Dragons too, but Thunder Dragons are more or less a bricky deck. They're kind of just like how Blue Eyes used to be. I mean, they're better than Blue Eyes. Obviously, you're getting a more consistent and well set up board, but the chances of breaking are much higher for Thunder Dragons right now than other meta decks. That's why they're running the Dangers and other cards in there to supplement that issue. My thing is, honestly though, you can't use, it works for me as an argument because it's not always going to work for you. There's always going to be that outlier that comes up and it's like, okay, no, that's not going to happen this time. And then you can't use that argument anymore. It's a bad argument, and it's like saying, I'm not going to go into a religious thing, but if I'm using the Bible as my basis for an argument against an atheist, it doesn't work because they don't believe the same thing that you do. So it's kind of the same argument at this point, like, because I don't believe it's a good card, or I don't believe it's a good deck, it's inherently not going to work as an argument for me because I'm not going to want to listen to it deep down. I play every single deck pretty much in existence, but at the end of the day, you have to look at it as, this card does this. Great. But what is it doing outside of that? Is it going to do everything I want it to in every matchup? Or is it just like, I got a niche little win here and there? And that, I mean, you can top the locals or win locals, but it's not really an accomplishment if all your opponents are bad pilots. I mean, for lack of better terms. And I'm not trying to put anybody down. Again, if a deck works for you, that's great. I have a lot of really gimmicky decks, and they work for me, and they work for other people that play them, but I'm not going to use the argument of, oh, the card works for me, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to say, okay, it works in this situation, it's not a good card, but I enjoy the interaction that it has with this. That's a much better argument than it does what I need it to do occasionally. So, I'm gonna end my little rant here. It's just a little quick thing. I just wanted to get it all out of my brain. I didn't script anything. I didn't have time to. Just on my way home, like I said. And I'm about to be streaming on Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch or whatever, consider doing so. Like I said, about to do that and gonna be making field centers. I pretty much have all the groundwork done on there, so it's literally just gonna be putting them in and then cropping them more or less. But if you do want to come see that, you're more than welcome to join. Afterwards, we'll do some duels on Dueling Book and maybe discuss some things if you guys want to talk about the new ban list, how that impacts the game, or how rules or anything have changed. Anything that you have questions on, go ahead and pop in, ask away. I'll try and answer anything that comes up. But I think that's it. My Twitch is just the like, or Lich, because I'm retarded and I don't know how to speak. So just the Lich, Jeste, obviously, TheLich. You just pop in, say hi, do whatever. I'll appreciate any support I get, and I'll see you there.